Hey everybody, this is the Factor at the Eagle's Nest. As I was sitting here on my couch trying to get the next turn video clips down and uploaded to YouTube, when I watched them I realized that throughout the whole time, the whole night, I kept saying it was turn 7. It's turn 8. I just forgot to move the turn marker with dice there. A little bit of background, I didn't get there until 11 o'clock that night, and we actually didn't start doing, we weren't done until like 2 in the morning. So I was a little tired. So just go ahead and even though the video is going to say turn 7 every single time, just remember it's actually turn 8, and I'll actually put that in the description. That's round 8. So go ahead, and I hope you enjoy round 8 playthrough. Hey YouTube, this is the Factor with the Eagle's Nest. We have another G40 pickup game night. We are in turn 7, starting with the Germans. He bought 8 infantry, 5 artillery, and 1 transport. He's going in on a couple different aerial battles here. He brought a couple heavy bombers down to attack the fleet down here in Sicily over there. Brought some bombers into the English Channel. I elected to scramble 3 fighters from the UK and 1 from Normandy to defend. And that's going in on everything on this card here. He brought a fighter at those 2 transports there, which I chose not to scramble because he also brought his bombers over here in hopes to kill my bombers over here. So I kept the fighters in that battle to try to defend. So those are the attacks he went on. So we'll go ahead and see how those rolls turned out, and we'll come back when we're done. All right, we're here at the end of turn 7 for Germany. The attacks went good and bad. He was successful down in Sea Zone 95. He had 1 bomber left. He was unsuccessful in the English Channel, and I had 1 fighter left. He did take my cruiser though, and then of course he took the boats in 112, and up in Norway he was unsuccessful. I had 1 bomber left when it was all said and done. He moved a bunch of units from Holland and Western Germany into France, and then displaced all his units in Western Germany and Germany. Just kind of getting ready for the inevitable, as it were. So I did successfully take out a bunch of his bombers. Granted, he did hit and took out my entire fleet down here, which was not a good deal, but you know, I kind of figured it was going to happen. So overall, it went okay. We'll go ahead and do Russia's turn and see what they can do. It is the beginning of turn 7 with Russia. They bought an airbase, a tank, a mechanized infantry, and 3 fighters. They have quite a bit they're doing this turn, probably the most they've done so far. They've taken a tank from the Ukraine, 2 tanks from Ukraine, and went over into Romania there. Took a tank from Bessarabia, blitzed through to get into Bulgaria. 1 guy from Eastern Poland into Slovakia, Hungary. The rest from Eastern Poland and the Baltic states into Poland. 1 tank from Leningrad blitzed through Vyborg into Finland, and I didn't do it yet, but the rest of those tanks actually going into Karelia. I just didn't move them yet. And then over on this side here, all the infantry from Kansu are going into here, and all the tanks and mechanized infantry from Samara are going into here. And those are all the attacks they're doing this turn. They're going to have some non-combats, of course, but we'll go on. There's only a few rolls we got to do. We'll do those up, and then we'll do all the non-combat then. It is end of turn 7 for the Soviet Union. The only 1 battle they had was in Karelia up here, and I didn't take any casualties for that. So as far as non-combats, I just moved everything closer to the front here that I could. And as far as placements, I placed the tank and mechanized into Leningrad there, and put the air base and 3 fighters into Stalingrad over here. And just moved that guy closer down to either India or China, depends on who needs it. And that would be the Soviets' turn. So we'll go ahead and go with Japan's turn here. Just 1 second. We have the beginning of turn 7 with Japan. They bought 3 strategic bombers and 4 infantry. We were just discussing how he has to keep his foot on the gas here because of Germany, and it appears as though he has. I don't remember exactly where all this stuff came from, but he brought an infantry and a fighter. I believe the fighter came from Hong Kong, I think, but he came into here took this stuff from, must have been Hunan here, into Quang C. He brought some guys down here to take Borneo, some guys down here to take the Philippines, and then brought a tank and a couple planes to take Malaya, providing this sea battle goes well, which I'm sure it will, because it's only got one aircraft carrier to defend, but it did its job and blocked like I wanted it to. Other than that, he went up and took a couple freebies up here. And that was his attack, so I'll pan out here to kind of show you. So he has all of his attacks lined up there. We'll roll those out, show you what happens, and show you what he does for his non-combat. This is the end of turn 7 with Japan. Every attack went well. The only thing that really happened at all, of any significance, was he took one casualty in Shan State, which he chose his tactical bomber. But everything else went well. I don't think I took a single unit out anywhere else. So as far as where he placed stuff, he placed a couple bombers and infantry in French Indochina bomber, the remaining other two infantry in Hong Kong. He did put one infantry over here in Japan. But he basically just moved everything closer to his goal, it seems to be, which is Calcutta. He brought his fleet over in the Marshall Islands and brought them over here, and Palau Island, I believe. So kind of taking a swooping peek here. He's really concentrating really hard here in the South Pacific, which makes me believe he's going to be going towards India. Obviously, he didn't tell me, but I would assume then he does have a play potentially for New South Wales if he would like. But then again, that's why the Americans are over here looming. So I guess we'll see now what happens with the Americans since we're entering Allied Alley. Beginning of turn 7 with America. They got a lot of money last turn from taking over Italy. That's why I was able to buy all this stuff. I just want to say that before I go here. So I bought a destroyer, a total of 7 fighters, 1 bomber, a transport, an infantry, and artillery. Going in on a few places here. The tank from Normandy blitzed through southern France to go to Italy, and everything from southern Italy went to northern Italy, which is battle bordered right here. And then my bomber from Norway went into Germany to strategic bomb it. So of course he'll get the chance to shoot it before it gets there, but we'll give it a shot. So that's the only attacks I went in on. We'll go ahead and roll those up and see what happens. We got the end of turn 7 with America. Their attacks went pretty well, except for the one ridiculous one. What I mean by that is the bomber got shot down before it even was able to do anything in Germany for the strategic bombing raid. But Northern Italy went really well, so I can't complain too much there. So obviously we took southern France. My placements over here was, as you see there, all 3 of those units in Norway there. 3 fighters in Normandy, 3 fighters in southern Italy. And then I put the transport, infantry, and artillery over here. Moved everything I could from the Hawaiian Islands, over here to support Anzac, and then the bombers came from Western United States. So that's all my combat and non-combats. So we'll go ahead and do China's turn next. We got the beginning of turn 7 with China. They bought 3 infantry. And we're only going into 1 attack here. We're taking everything that China has, which is everything in Sichuan, going into Quang C. And that's battle boarded here. So we'll go ahead and do that roll, and then I'll place my 3 units and show you what happens. End of turn 7 with China. The attack went well. We did lose, I think it was like 3 or 4 guys though. And then I just put the remaining guys over here to try to hold the road. So those are the only 2 spots that Chinese troops are in. And we'll go ahead and do UK's turn next. Beginning of turn 7 with the UK. UK Pacific bought 5 infantry. UK Europe, we bought 2 fighters, 2 infantry, a tank, and an artillery. And the attack rolled down over here as we're doing a strategic bombing around in Germany again. Hopefully you won't roll snake eyes. And then on this side of the map, we are taking some guys from Shanxi over into here. And then all my guys from Yunnan down to Shan State to see if I can do something there. And that's the only attacks I believe the UK is going in on. And when I'm done, I'll go ahead and show you what happened. We have the end of turn 7 here with the UK. We decided to show something here, and it's absolutely ridiculous, and you probably could already tell what it is. So this is his role for his anti-aircraft for the bombing raid. So now three bombers have now gone into Germany, and not a single bit of damage on his factory at all. So I don't know if I should start buying nothing but bombers, if I should just completely forget the bombing raids. I don't know what to do, apparently, about his anti-aircraft guns that are built into his factories. His other ones don't do squat, but apparently his one in Germany, maybe I should stop bombing Germany, I guess. I don't know. But at any rate, so that happened. And then over here...
You may concede.
Yeah, I guess, yes, I could just concede if I want to, but I don't think it's quite that dire yet. Over here, I was successful in Shan State, but I lost one infantry. Then, of course, I did the walk on there. And as far as placing, I put the 5 infantry in India, the only spot they can go. And then over here, I put all that stuff into London, hopefully to try to start to be a menace over here into Holland, or other German territories, as long as he doesn't roll ones with everything, I suppose. So that is the UK's turn. We'll go now into Italy, which I believe Italy does not have a turn. So I think we'll probably go right into Anzac then. We got the beginning of turn 7 here with Italy. I'd forgotten they do have a contingent of guys in Libya, and he is going to choose to go into here, even though he knows it's a suicide play, but he can tell with all my, 4 different countries there, I'm probably never going to attack him. So he's going to go ahead and give a shot and see kind of what happens. So we'll show you what the dice rolls are in a minute. It is the end of turn 7 with Italy, and that was the death knell for Italy. They now have no units left on the board. So it's just a matter of time before Italy's completely removed from the turn sequence here. We'll now go on to Anzac's turn and see what they do. We got the beginning of turn 7 with Anzac. We bought 2 bombers and a transport. They're only going on a 1 attack here. They took all their submarines and their bombers from Queensland here and went and attacked that fleet in 34, and that's battle boarded right here. So we'll go ahead and roll that up and we'll show you what happens. All right, we got the end of turn 7 for Anzac. Their 1 attack went really well. We were left with 2 submarines here. And then for their non-combats, they took an infantry and artillery from here and brought it over to Java to help defend. And then moved the 2 guys back from Tobruk closer towards India, which is going to be way too late to do anything, but might as well do something. Then I put my 2 bombers and my transport up in Queensland. So that is Anzac's turn. We'll go and do France's turn right quick, and then we'll come back and show you what they do. We got the beginning of turn 7 with the French. They're only doing 1 attack. They're taking their fighter from Normandy and going to attack that transport. He did decide to scramble his 1 fighter he has left. So we'll roll it up and show you what happens after the dice rolls. All right, we got an end of turn 7 here with France. The attack went well. They hit and the German fighter missed. So the fighter landed back here in Norway. For non-combat, we took the 2 guys from UK and put them on an American transport. And then the cruiser went from sea zone 93 to 98. The guy from Alexandria went to Egypt. And that is the French turn. So that marks the end of round 7. So we'll be going into round 8 here next turn. Next time we have a G40 pickup game night, we will start with turn 8 with Germany.